Hey, can you hear me? Okay, I'm gonna wait a couple minutes and see if anyone else joins the stream, and then I'll start. Okay, so I'm gonna get started with trivia. I'm Rebecca from the Monson Free Library. Hope is in the live chat, so if there's any questions while I'm going through the trivia, she should be able to answer them and help you guys out. Um, so the way this works, there's going to be 4 rounds in this. I'll go through that in a second. So yeah, that's kind of it. I'll explain it as we go through each round. So I'm going to get off the screen now and we'll get started with this. Okay, so we'll go through the rules and some of the categories. So, like I said, this game is going to have 4 rounds. Each round will have 10 questions. Um, there's only one correct answer for each question. You should answer your questions without any outside help. And you're going to keep track of your own points, obviously. So each question is worth 1 point. And the rounds, there's going to be a picture round. So I'll show you a picture and ask you what it is. A general knowledge round, that will be questions from anything. Then there's a connection round that each answer to those questions will be connected in some way. So the 10th question of that round, you'll have to guess what the connection is. And our last round will be a poetry themed round in honor of last month was National Poetry Month. Okay, so we're going to start with round one, which is the picture round. I'll ask the question and I'll repeat it once just so you have time to answer it. And at the end, okay, so we're going to go through round one and round two and then go through those answers. Um, So before the answers come up, if you need a question repeated, just say so in the chat and we'll get it repeated for you. Am I talking loud enough? Okay. 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 So the first question for the picture round, um, who is this? Okay, so you just want to tell me who that guy is. All right. And question two, which famous astronaut is this? All right. So again, which famous astronaut is he? Number two, name this cartoon character, or name the cartoon this character is from. And again, name the cartoon this character is from. Question four, who is this famous celebrity chef? And again, just who is this celebrity chef? Question five, what movie is this still from? And again, what movie is this still from? Okay. Question six, what does this logo represent? And again, what does this logo represent? Number seven, name the TV show. So just name the TV show that these characters are from. People. Number eight, what kind of tree is this leaf from? And what kind of tree does this leaf come from? Question nine, name this superhero. Okay, and just name the superhero. Question 10, what country is this flag from? Okay, and last. Okay, so then what country is this flag from? Okay, so now we're going to go on to round two, which is going to be the general knowledge round. Um, so again, this will be questions from like random categories. It can be from anything. Okay, so question one for round two is what 1986 musical fantasy movie starred David Bowie as the Goblin King? And I'll read it again. What 1986 musical fantasy movie starred David Bowie as the Goblin King? Okay. And we'll go to question two is what is a group of crows called? Again, what is a group of crows called? Okay, question three. Cumulus, stratus, and cirrus are all types of what? And cumulus, stratus, and cirrus are all types of what? Question four. Which green condiment is also known as Japanese horseradish? And question again, which green condiment is also known as Japanese horseradish? Question five. What was the first feature-length animated film ever released? And what was the first feature-length animated film ever released? Okay. Question six. What is the oldest active ballpark in the MLB? Is it Wrigley Field, Fenway Park, Dodger Stadium, or Angel Stadium? All right, so which one of those is the oldest active ballpark in the MLB? Question seven. Which is the only vowel not used as the first letter in a US state? Okay. Which is the only vowel not used as a first letter in a US state? Question eight. Which natural disaster is measured with a Richter scale? Okay, and again, which natural disaster is measured with a Richter scale? Question nine. What geometric shape is generally used for stop signs? All right, what geometric shape is used for stop signs? Okay, and the last question for this round, question 10. What is the only U.S. state to grow coffee beans? Or the only U.S. state that grows coffee beans? Is it Hawaii, Washington, Florida, or Louisiana? Okay, so which is the only U.S. state that grows coffee beans? Okay, and now we're going to go through the answers for rounds 1 and 2. Does anyone need any questions repeated? You can say in the chat now. Okay, so we're going to go through the answers then. Okay, so for number 1 for round 1, this is Alf. This famous astronaut is Neil Armstrong. Okay, and this cartoon character is from Rugrats. It's Tommy Pickles from Rugrats. So this famous celebrity chef is Gordon Ramsay. This still is from Ghostbusters. If you look up there, you can kind of see the Ghostbuster sign. Okay, this is the Bluetooth logo. This is the cast of The Office. And this is a maple leaf, so it comes from a maple tree. Okay, this superhero is Hawkeye. And this flag is from Wales. Okay, so moving on to the round 2 answers. Okay, so the 1986 musical fantasy movie that starred David Bowie is Labyrinth. And a group of crows is called a murder. So cumulus, stratus, and cirrus are all types of clouds. So the green condiment was wasabi. Then the first feature-length animated film to ever be released was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Okay. And for this one, the oldest active ballpark in the MLB is Fenway Park. So B. Number 7. E is the only uh, vowel that's not a first letter of a U.S. state. And number 8. Okay, so the natural disaster that's measured with a Richter scale is an earthquake. Okay, and the shape that is used for stop signs is an octagon. Okay, and number 10 is Hawaii is the only U.S. state that grows coffee beans. Okay, so if you were tallying up your scores, it's for now it's going to be whatever you have out of 20. If you want to tell us what it is in the chat, you can go ahead and do that. And then we're going to move on to round 3, which is the connection round. Okay, so again, for this round, all of the answers have something in common. So it'll be questions 1 through 9, and then question 10, you're going to answer what you think the connection is. So if you get the connection right, you'll get a point. Okay. So question 1 for this round. Which book starred Alex DeLarge as a leader of a group of thugs? Okay, and again, which book starred Alex DeLarge as a leader of a group of thugs? Question 2. Which is the oldest national park in America? So, which is the oldest national park in America? Question 3. Which sea did Moses part? Okay, which sea did Moses part? Question 4. Adam Levine is the lead singer of which band? All right, and Adam Levine is the lead singer of which band? Question 5. What was the title of the first Sherlock Holmes story? Okay, and what was the title of the first Sherlock Holmes story? Question 6. In the movie Grease, so the original Grease movie, what was the name of the group of girls that Sandy became friends with? So in the movie Grease, what is the name of the group of girls that Sandy became friends with? Question 7. What is the United States' oldest decoration for military merit awarded to those wounded or killed while serving? Okay, and what is the United States' oldest decoration for military merit awarded to those wounded or killed while serving? Okay. Question 8. Before Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds starred in which 2011 DC Universe film flop? And again, so before Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds starred in which 2011 DC Universe film flop? Question 9. What is the largest known animal on Earth? And what is the largest known animal on Earth? Okay. And then the last question for this round is, what is the connection between all of the answers for the previous 9 questions? So just think of your answers and what you think the connection is. And then we're going to move on to round 4. Okay, so again, this round is a poetry themed round because last month was National Poetry Month. So, in honor of that, this is all poetry themed questions. Okay, question 1. How many lines are there in a sonnet? 7, 21, 14, or 27? And how many lines are there in a sonnet? Question 2. In which type of poem does the first letter of each line spell a full word? Is it an ode, a sonnet, an acrostic, or a sestina? So, which type of those poems does the first letter of each line spell a full word? Question 3. How many sonnets did William Shakespeare write during his life? Is it 13, 154, 56, or 72? Okay, so how many sonnets did William Shakespeare write during his life? Question 4. Which flowers inspired William Wordsworth's poem I Wander Lonely as a Cloud? Is it a tulip, daffodil, peony, or a lily? So, which of those flowers inspired William Wordsworth's poem I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud? Question 5. The Baltimore Ravens team name was inspired by which American poet? Okay, and let's repeat it again. The Baltimore Ravens team name was inspired by which American poet? Okay. Question 6. Which of the following poets is not considered a part of the Beat generation? Is it Jack Kerouac, T.S. Eliot, William S. Burroughs, or Allen Ginsberg? So, which of those poets is not considered a part of the Beat generation? Question 7. The Belle of Amherst is a one-woman play by William Luce based on the life of which poet? Is it Emily Dickinson, Sylvia Plath, Maya Angelou, or Margaret Atwood? Okay, so The Belle of Amherst is a one-woman play by William Luce based on the life of which of those poets? Okay, question 8. Which poet wrote Where the Sidewalk Ends, A Light in the Attic, and the picture book The Giving Tree? Okay, so which poet wrote Where the Sidewalk Ends, A Light in the Attic, and the picture book The Giving Tree? Question 9. Maya Angelou is known for her poetry, but she has also won several major entertainment awards. Which of these awards has she won? An Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, or a Tony Award? Okay, so which of those has Maya Angelou won? And the last question for this round, question 10, is who was the first poet to make an address at a presidential inauguration? Is it T.S. Eliot, Adrienne Rich, Robert Frost, or Sylvia Plath? So again, which of those poets was the first to make an address at a presidential inauguration? Okay, so that's the last question of this trivia. So we'll go through the answers for rounds 3 and 4. But if you need any questions repeated before I go through the answers, you can say so in the chat really quick. And then I'll go back. Okay, so we'll go through the answers for these questions. Okay, so for question 1 of round 3, the book that starred Alex DeLarge as the leader of a group of thugs is A Clockwork Orange. The oldest national park in America is Yellowstone. Moses parted the Red Sea. Question 4, Adam Levine is the lead singer of Maroon 5. Okay, so for 5, the first Sherlock Holmes story is A Study in Scarlet. Thank you. Okay. The answer for question 6, the group of girls that Sandy became friends with is the Pink Ladies. Question 7, the oldest decoration for military merit awarded to those wounded or killed while serving is a Purple Heart. Okay, and question 8, before Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds starred in Green Lantern. The largest known animal on Earth is a blue whale. Okay, and then the connection for that round was colors. Like each answer had a color in it. So that should be your answer for question 10. If it is, you get a point. Okay. Now on to the answers for the poetry round. A sonnet has 14 lines. So the type of poem that has a first letter of each line spell a full word is called an acrostic. Question 3. William Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets during his lifetime. Question 4. The flowers that inspired William Wordsworth were daffodils. Number 5. The Baltimore Ravens team name was inspired by Edgar Allan Poe, who is from Baltimore. Okay, so for out of these poets, the one that's not considered a part of the Beat generation is T.S. Eliot, so B. Okay, and The Belle of Amherst is based on the life of Emily Dickinson, who's from Amherst, and you could actually still visit her house there. Question 8. The poet who wrote Where the Sidewalk Ends, A Light in the Attic, and The Giving Tree is Shel Silverstein. Okay, so Maya Angelou, well known for her poetry, has also won Grammys. She's actually won 3 Grammys for Best Spoken Word Album. And question 10. The first poet to make an address at a presidential inauguration was Robert Frost in 1961 for Kennedy. Okay, so that is the end of this trivia. So I guess we're gonna thank you for watching. Yeah, so thank you for watching and playing along. If you want to tally up your scores and give your final, you should have a certain amount out of 40. If you want to tell us how you guys did in the chat. Okay. All right. So again, I hope you enjoyed playing along. We're probably do more of these in the future if people like watching them. And I think that's all I have now. Unless Hope wants to mention anything else in the chat, I think we're gonna be done with this afternoon trivia. Okay, so we're gonna end here. Again, thanks for watching. Um, and we'll hopefully see you again for more trivia in the future. Bye.